Hey everybody, today's video is all about attachment, and I kind of got the camera posed up on my desk so you can see me and see what I'm doing. So don't make fun of my desk. I got stuff everywhere, so it's life. But I wanted to get this in. I'm not gonna do it like when I'm doing it on my head. I figured on a mannequin head it would be easier, that way I can kind of demonstrate more. So what I do for an attachment, obviously I've already cleaned the area, I've shaved it down, it's ready to go. And then what I personally know, this is just my personal method, other people have different ways of doing things, but this is just me. So what I do is Walker Ultra Hold Minis, these guys, okay? They come just like this, they're the bomb. I've never used anything different, but I don't break things that aren't broken or fix things that aren't broken, but you get the point, I'm sure. So what I do personally, now this is a two-part setup, but I'll demonstrate a one-person setup. What I do personally, let's just say this is me. I take these strips on my head and I attach one here and on the other side, like so. Okay? So now I've got these strips on my head and there's nothing else on my head but this, okay? So then I take my system and I line it up on my head, just kind of lay it, I just hold it like this over my head. I make sure it's lined up in the front. I hold my front down where I know my hairline is. I hold it down there, which your hairline, by the way, is when you crinkle up your forehead. It's usually 1 to 2 lines, usually 1, depending on your age, of where your hairline should be. So once we're there like this, I kind of sit it on top of my head. I hold it there and I make sure that it's straight. I kind of lay it down and I just make sure I hold it straight. If I think it's straight, then I take these 2 spots, push them down. Obviously, once the blue stuff's off of it, obviously. So then I push it down. Then what I do, in this area here, is my Ghost Bond. Okay, so I apply my Ghost Bond. Okay, I put my Ghost Bond on. I wait about a minute or 2, I guess, till it turns clear. And then I go back with a second coat of Ghost Bond, and I wait the 5 minutes like it says. Wait the 5 minutes. I don't know why that helps so much, but it just does. So I just try to follow the directions. I want the most bond that I can get. So I've done this. This is up here kind of in a convertible. Let's just call it that. It's flipped up. So then, once this is dry, I lay my front down on top of my Ghost Bond. I make sure it's all straight where I want it to be. And then I'm kind of good to go for when the wife says, yeah, I can help you, no problem. Now then she comes in and flips this little part in the back up, attaches more to my head, not the system. Now some people do it to the system and you can do it to the system too. This is just my preference. So she makes some more attachments around my head, and they're not perfectly like on top of one another, like this perfect pattern. But there's not really much gap there to be, there may be, 4 or 5 millimeters maybe, or 2 millimeters, just all depending on how the tape lays down that day. Once I do that, pull the rest of the blue stuff off, and then the wife lays the back down, and then I'm done. That process takes me probably 15 minutes or so, okay? So now there's another way to do it if you're all by yourself. If you're all by yourself, you're gonna do everything step 1 and we'll call this step 1, this step 2. Step 3 you're gonna do before you lay it on your head, okay? And you're gonna put your tape, which unfolds like this, and you got your tape underneath it. You're gonna put your tape on your system in these areas back here that you know this isn't gonna touch. And you ask, how can I do that? Well, it sounds silly, but you can use your template in a tape measure and get an idea of like this point here to this point here. And just know that you cannot supersede that distance with tape. Now it's gonna leave your edges pretty good. All depends on how you laid it down the first time is where your edges are gonna end up back here. I mean, if you're off a little bit, it's not that serious. It's not life-threatening. So, but that's what I had for an attachment video. It's just easier to do it this way than me doing it in the mirror and trying to do it like directly, actually physically doing it, because sometimes it takes 5 minutes, sometimes it takes 55 minutes. Some days are great, some days aren't. I mean, that's just the honesty behind it. So everybody has always known I've been straight up about this. Good, bad, or indifferent doesn't matter. So, but that's what we got. That's how I do my Ghost Bond, my tape, and that's really how my setup is on a Swiss lace system. The poly system I did with all glue, and that just didn't work out for me, so it's just maybe my body chemistry, I don't know. But subscribe if you like my videos, please. Also, we have the websites up, myhairexperience.com. Also on Instagram, Instagram is The Real Hair Experience, and Facebook is, oh boy, what is it? I don't even know what Facebook is. That's pretty bad. I'll put it in the bio though, in the thing down below. So definitely subscribe if you like it. And I'm gonna do the next video on. I'm gonna start my product review section on the website. So thanks a lot for watching, and always keeping it real. Thanks.